Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's episode might be the beginning of a new series, so I created a new playlist for it, which is called HOI4 Disaster Saves. Now, as you probably already know, if you own a tier 2 membership to the channel, you can send me your save files and ask for help. I have done a few member requests before, but this one was different. The starting situation in this save is pretty bad, and saving the run might be quite challenging. This video will be edited, otherwise the run would be too long, but I will also release an unedited version in case you want to see my strategy in detail. Moreover, I will include the save file in the description of the video, so that if you feel like you're up for the challenge, you can give it a try yourself. Now that's all for the introduction, but as always, if you're enjoying the content I make, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get ready to save Rome. If you looked at it like this, it wouldn't seem that bad. Let's see why this is a disaster save. So let's briefly talk about the starting situation here. Now, the member of the channel followed my Roman Empire guide, and he did very well. He was able to recreate the Roman Empire. As you can see, he has a pretty good economy too. He has good manpower. He's using my designs. And he either conquered or invited into his faction a great part of the world. However, things started going bad when he attacked the Soviet Union. I'm not sure where things went wrong with the offensive against the Soviet Union, but clearly they went wrong because it's now 1946 and actually the Soviet Union is pushing back. Moreover, we have a terrible 0% stability, which is affected by several things. First of all, by the fact that we are at war, and also by the fact that Mussolini is gone. I don't know what happened to Mussolini, but Mussolini is no more, and that's actually not very good in terms of stability, at least. Probably we also lost some core territories, especially I can see some here in Romania, which surely were under our control. So our stability is stuck at 0%, and I don't think there is anything we can do to save it. I mean, we can increase it a little bit, but not enough and not fast enough to avoid a civil war. A civil war will be a huge problem because we'll lose a great part of our divisions. Luckily, not a lot of our territories, but we will lose a lot of our divisions to our enemies because the rival faction in Italy will be fighting alongside the Soviet Union. And our divisions are good because I designed them, so fighting against them is not great. Moreover, we'll also lose half of our planes, and we have actually a lot of planes in reserves, as you can see here. Huge amount of planes, and half of them will go to the Soviet Union, basically, through our rival in the Civil War. Which means the Soviet Union will actually have good planes as well. The other thing is the armies are a bit messy, so we will need to readjust the situation a little bit. Here we have a lot of offensives ongoing and so on. So we will need to make a lot of adjustments to save Rome. It's tough, I can guarantee you that. Our first goal will be to stabilize the front, to make sure that the Soviet Union cannot push us anymore. And then we'll get ready with our tanks and we will start our own offensive when we are ready. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to switch to limited conscription. We don't really need extensive conscription, actually. Now, we are already preparing a collaboration government in the Soviet Union, which is good. I want to prepare another one after that, so I will start spying them in Vladivostok. And then I will use the free spy that we have to start spying the regions in which we'll probably push later. And I think we're going to push in here later, so we'll start spying on this region. Now, in terms of recruitments, we need to make some adjustments. I am not sure we want to recruit these tanks now, so I will cancel the production entirely. What we do want to recruit is defensive divisions, and I want one for each front, basically. So maybe one up there, one here, and then we'll use one for this area here. Now we're going to make some adjustments to the templates. Actually, if you're watching this video, in the member who requested... no, you didn't actually request help, to be entirely honest. I asked for this save file because... it looked like the situation would be challenging. You're doing a good job with the divisions. This is my good template for offensive and so on. But being quite late in the game, we can make some further adjustments. Other than that, I also like to remove this stuff because we're not going to use them. So to clear up things a little bit, we're going to get rid of all of these things. This is the tank template that you're using. It's good. I'll just change the name. and the icon, so it's easier to recognize them. The very important thing here is you don't want to use light flame tanks. You want to use medium flame tanks. They are much better, so we'll replace that later. And then I would replace these motorized artillery with another 2 medium tanks to get to a combat width of 36, especially to get some better stats. You know what? Now that I think about it, though, if we make these changes now, we're going to face these divisions in the Civil War as well. If we make the changes after the Civil War, we're not going to have to face them. So maybe it's better to wait for now and do this after the Civil War. I mean, tank-wise, it's okay. It's not going to make a big difference. But the other ones, I will actually change them after the Civil War. Now, what we definitely need to do now, and there is no delaying that, is we need to split these armies a bit better. So we will have to do it one by one. There is no way around it. But one thing that I want to change is the icon for these ones, so I recognize which ones are the offensive. So here we have an army of offensive divisions. They're actually also trained, which is good. One thing that I noticed is many of your divisions are not trained at all. Like these guys, for example. This is very bad in fight. It's minus 25% stats, so really want to have your divisions always trained whenever it's possible. Now, we're going to use fallback lines to get to a better defensive position. In this case, I will use rivers mostly. So I see a river here, and also I see this is far from their supply hubs. So I think this will be a good defensive position for us. And we want to keep Dresden because it's a supply hub. So as you can see, we're going to keep the supply hubs. We're going to leave them the rest. In any case, the other thing we want to do is I want to create a new theater for each region in which we're fighting. So this will be the German theater. Pronto, signore. And okay, so these guys are not in Germany, so we're creating a new theater for them. It's going to be called the Balkan theater. So these ones are also Balkan. These ones are in Germany. Also, I want to make sure that these are the good divisions. So Mountaineers and Offensive are good. But these guys are not good. So they're in the Balkans, but they will be in a new army. So this guy will be in the good army. And these guys will be in the bad guys army. Okay, then these guys are in a new theater. We're going to call it Caucasian, I guess. These guys are free. We'll need to decide where to use them. I think we're going to suffer the most in here, so I'm going to send them to the Balkan theater. These guys are really messed up, so these are shitty divisions. They are not trained. They are along the entire front in a huge army. I think we're just going to sacrifice them, so we're going to keep them where they are. They will just slow down the Soviets a little bit while we rearrange the other divisions. So we'll assign them, no, not even to, actually to a new theater, which we are going to call Garrison. Okay, these guys, Norway, we don't care about Norway at all. So these guys are going back to the German theater. This is a good army. So these guys are going to die. We cannot save them. Here we have an army which is mostly good, but there are some Bersaglieri which are terrible in it. In any case, they are in Germany, and we are going to consider them a main army. These guys here, now, I wouldn't care about this place, but I think we can actually easily finish them, so we'll just attack with them. These guys here, we don't care about India, they can have India, so I'm going to remove them from here. These are the tank divisions. Okay, these are very good divisions. We are going to assign them to the German theater, for now, to a separate army. And we don't want them to go there. We want them to stay here and train. We split the armies more or less, but we still need to manage each army individually. So we still have quite a bit of work to do. And this is quite important, but at least now they are split by theater. It's going to be a bit easier to manage them. Okay, so let's start with these guys. I think we already gave them the order to go back there. So that's fine. They are fine. Then the Mountaineers, I want them to protect the mountain region here. So we're going to assign them a fallback line because I want to cover this part here. We're going to give up this area. But here we have forts, so we want to keep this area here. Okay, something like this should be good. We're going to be under a lot of pressure here, I think. So let's make sure that we are protecting this well. Okay, I think we assigned everybody in Germany. Let's also make sure that everyone has the motorization priority. Let's also assign them someone. I think Visconti Prasca will be revolting against us, sadly, because he's amazing. But yeah, that's another problem of the Civil War. Civil War is the main issue here. Otherwise, the situation wouldn't be as bad. Okay, so these guys are right in the middle. We're going to go for a full back line along these this river here. So we are going to send this army somewhere like this. Also, this part is probably not going to be under pressure right away because they're a bit further away. So actually, no, I want these guys to protect the front here. So we're going for something like this. Okay, we're going to use them to protect this front more. I'm a bit worried about this front. They're very close, so we will be under attack very soon here. Okay, let's check out this region here. Now, I think we may have a bit too many divisions in here, so we're going to send some of them actually to the Balkans. Here we're going for a fallback line somewhere along this line here. And then we're going to use this river for protection. Now, unfortunately, Iran is also in this war, and they may fall at some point. So we need to be ready to defend against the Soviet Union coming from here. And to do that, we're going to create a fallback line along the river, but we want Baghdad, so somewhere like this. Okay, now we need to make some adjustments to production as well. First of all, we want to produce some different tanks. Now I can see that you were producing this one, and the design is good, although I would use the howitzer, not the improved medium cannon. I'm not sure about the engine, though. Why did you pick this one? Now, the max speed is nice, but the reliability is okay. The fuel usage is very high compared to the gasoline engine. I would never switch from gasoline. Also, probably this one is way more expensive, so that's another factor. So yeah, I don't love this tank. I'm going to decommission everything, actually. And we're going to use improved medium tanks. That's because they are much cheaper in terms of resources. And we don't have that abundance of resources at the moment, so we better use something a bit cheaper. So as I said, we are going to use the improved medium howitzer, and then we are going for my usual design. And that's our T2. And now let's also make the medium flame tank. As I said, it's better than the light flame tank. Let's make sure it's a flame tank. Okay, that's good. Also, we do not want to build anything else here, because we are going to need every single piece of steel we can get, including trains. We don't need trains. Infantry equipment, we are going to need some, so 150. Okay, let's leave it at that for now. Support equipment, we are going to need some. We can leave it at 25. Now, this stuff, it says that we need some, but I don't think that's true. So we are going to decrease it to 5 for each one of these things. Including trucks, we have a lot of them. Mechanized is what we need the most at the moment. 150 for sure. 5 medium flame tanks. Let's decrease the plane production a little bit to 25 each. And let's increase the tank production. So something like this should be good for now. We are going to make some changes to the researches. We don't need the anti-tank, but what we need is the excavation researches. We also do not need a nuclear reactor. Instead, I'm going to get some fuel refining. And speaking of fuel, we're also going to import fuel from all of our subjects. Make sure that we don't run out of fuel. Next, we're going to check buildings, and what we're going to do is we're going to remove everything. We don't want to build more military factories at the moment. We have other priorities. One of the priorities is indeed to repair everything. But then we also want to build forts along the entire front. We're going to start with 3. We're going to increase later. We're going to build more, but a bit later. Okay, and then maybe we also need some air bases because we're going to have a lot of planes to deploy. Okay, now technically we should save the game because I don't want to do all of this setup again. The thing is, it's Iron Man, so in theory, we cannot save the game. We can, however, by quitting to the menu and making a backup of our save. I'm going to do that because I really don't want to do this entire setup again. But what we can do now is we can unpause the game. Now, we need to pay maximum attention on the fronts like these ones, this one and this one, because we really don't want them to push. If they push us, we are in trouble, in big trouble. Okay, that's good. So we freed these divisions which were in Africa, and now we can send them to this front. Now we are basically waiting for the civil war to happen. Oh, yeah, one thing that I forgot, the focus. We didn't really need that one. Not a big difference, but we didn't need that one. We have a couple which increase the stability, like this one. And the other one is this one. This may actually be useful. So let's pick this one first. What we want to keep getting here are the excavation researches and technologies. So we will get the steel required to produce our tanks and mechanized. Okay, we need to be very careful here, because if they push on the other side of this front, we are in big trouble. And now we're going to suffer a bit. So this is the civil war. In the civil war, what we are going to do is we're going to pick the first one, which is the only one that will allow us to keep control of the Imperium Romanum. Now, the good news here is we didn't lose much land. In fact, we didn't lose basically anything. Only something which was already occupied by the Soviets became Regno del Sud. The bad news is they actually get a lot of our divisions, and they are very good divisions. So that's the main issue here. We need to do some more adjustments after this happens. First of all, our stability is still pretty low, and we want to fix that. So we're going to pick political loyalty, and this will already help massively. And then we're going to switch some of our advisors. Probably right now I can only switch one, but that's okay. So we don't need the military factories construction speed. Instead, we can benefit a lot from Mazzolini, because again it gives us some stability modifier bonus. Okay, and we're already at 74%. And then we are going to pick the last one who increases stability instead of Adelchi Serena, Malaparte, for another 5% stability. We're totally fine with stability. Now our armies, however, were severely weakened by this. Like, we lost basically half of them. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we are still recruiting 24 divisions for each of these armies. And then tank-wise, we only have 16 now. So we also want some additional tanks. 4 plus 4, yes, 8. Okay. By the way, you can now assign them a proper front instead of a fallback line. Whenever you can, it's better to have them on a proper front. Here, as you can see here, we are in trouble. We lost a lot of our divisions. Now, what we also need to do is we need to have generals assigned to our armies. So in Germany, let's use this one. The Balkans, we absolutely need one. This is very important. So let's try to get the best possible one, which is probably this guy. And then having some generals would also be cool, of course. At least on the main armies. And then gradually we are going to assign them to other armies too, by promoting field commanders. Now we can adjust the templates as I wanted. So for what concerns the offensive template, you're doing a good job. You're using the right one. But I'm going to increase it to a combat width of 36 to make it a bit more beefy now that we are in the late game. For defensive, we are going to increase it to a combat width of 18. And we're also going to add the anti-air. Technically, and actually, yeah, let's also add the rocket artillery, because we have a lot. And for tanks, let's switch to the medium flame tank company. For what concerns the Alpini, I'm also going to give them some anti-air. And then we're going to bring them to a combat width of 25. We're going to use rocket artillery because at this point, with the technologies you unlocked, it's actually better than regular artillery. Combat width of 25, that's good. Okay, let's go. Now, another thing we may want to do is we may want to recruit enough divisions to fill up the armies which are already there. The last thing we need to do now, a bit boring, but we need to assign all of the planes we can assign. It's very important that we do so. So we are going to assign about 1,500 of each to each theater. Okay, and then the extra ones, I will assign all of them to these regions because this is the toughest part of the front. Okay, unfortunately, the annoying part of this setup is not done yet because we need to split actually these fighters in the airports. We need to do it manually. It's the best thing to do at the moment. I will skip all of these in the edited part. I'm just reassigning these planes all around so that they are not too many for the airfield they are assigned to. Okay, we get the air superiority. Now everything seems fixed. That's very nice. Okay, so as you can see, they do have a lot of planes. They will have even more because they got half of our planes. And as you can see, they are good planes. So in here, we're going to struggle a little bit. But we're still doing very good with our fighters. So that's alright. Technically, we could speed up the game a little bit. But I don't trust it so much. So because a second of destruction here and we are in big trouble. Now, the good thing is we almost finished building our forts, which means the front will be much easier to defend. Okay, now that we got this focus, I would go for the continuous focus army training. So we get our divisions trained faster. Ooh, big push for them. Make sure that everything goes well. Okay, green numbers. That's what we want to see. The air superiority everywhere really helps. And the forts also really help. So now, 3 civilian factories means we can build even more forts. And we can bring them to 5 just to be absolutely safe. You know, this is not even needed probably. But at this point, since we have the 3 civilian factories, I will also build some forts here. Okay, let's continue. We may lose some of these divisions here, but they did their job, which was just to slow down the enemy offensive. Ooh, big push here. Now this number I don't like. Let's slow down. We really cannot afford to lose anything. All good. Okay, we can get the additional stability. 81% stability, and we're pretty happy with this. Now we're just waiting for our divisions. Okay, I think we have more than enough infantry equipment at this point, so let's decrease the production a bit and increase the production of planes a little bit. And then if we can, let's increase the production of mechanized a bit. Now we stop them completely from attacking, and technically it would be slightly better to have them attack you into forts, which you can do if you don't build that many forts. If you build a bit less forts, then they will keep attacking into them, which is pretty beneficial. Perfect. We have all of the divisions ready. Now, we do want to train them before we assign them. So, let's see. I want to train my divisions, but of course we cannot train all of them at the same time. Otherwise, the Soviets will just push us at that time. So, we're going to train the new divisions first, and then we're going to train the other ones. They still have a lot of planes in here. But they are losing them faster, so another good thing about this waiting tactic is that they will lose their planes while we get ready. As soon as these are done, I will start recruiting another army of tanks. In fact, I think we can already do that. Another full army of 24. Okay, this may be a bit ambitious, but I want to try to train everyone. Let's see if we can do this or if this will be a disaster. I mean, we have the forts and we have some units which are not training, so it should be fine. So it is November 1946. In the spring of 1947, we're going to start our offensive. And there we go. Our tanks are ready. So it's time to start planning the first offensive. My idea is we're going to push into Czechoslovakia. And I know, it doesn't seem like the best idea because they have forts. But if Czechoslovakia goes down, we'll split them into half here. And we'll create great opportunities for encirclements both up here and down here. So I think this is actually a good play. So the idea is to push straight into Czechoslovakia, straight into the forts. Let's get some full planning bonus and then we go. Now our divisions are fully trained, which means the Soviets cannot even think about attacking us anymore. Okay boys, full planning bonus. It's time to get this done. So let's start the push and let's use a force attack because I want to make sure that this first push is a success. We are going to struggle at first. Actually, something very important that I forgot. We want all of the planes, all of the possible air support to be on this army. Here we are pushing into forts, into a huge amount of divisions, but there is just no stopping these tanks. They are just too insane. Look at the amount of divisions they have in there. It's absolutely crazy. Now it would be really nice to encircle those divisions. Maybe we can get Bratislava as well. That should end the war against Czechoslovakia. Okay, we can already give him a Panzer Expert, which is great. And okay, this first push was very successful, and I really like the situation now, but we need to close these encirclements. But you know what, we can also use our regular divisions in here to help a little bit with the push. Nice, we destroyed completely all of the divisions which were in there. Oh, we're breaking them. We are breaking them. This is where we get it done. And Czechoslovakia is down. We got them. We got them. Lot of divisions in here. Destroyed completely. Okay, let's rearrange a little bit. He already leveled up. Let's get breakthrough. Also, he has very good stats already. Let's get in position. We may have to rearrange our divisions a little bit, but I really like the way this is going. Let's prepare a push with them as well. So at some point they will help us get this done. These tanks are just nuts. I don't know what else to say. I will actually buff their attack. So supply consumption is also very good. They have nothing to do with our political power, so... Oh, we're getting the new ones, I think. Si, signore. Yeah, we got the new ones. All of one. Oh, all of 24. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm going to train these guys, but then they will push as well. Probably they will push from down here. And we don't have the planning, but I think in this situation we can go. Because they are not ready. I will also start this push with them. Keep them busy. And this is very nice because Regno del Sud had a lot of stuff, so we take all of it. Ooh, this is painful for them. I think we can get another easy encirclement here. Though one up here would also be nice. Oh, Argentina. Epic Argentina. That's very nice. Yeah, let's get this one done. We're struggling a bit with the supplies in here. I'll go for a stop office plan. I want to attack them as fast as possible. They are getting ready for us. So first push here will be difficult. They actually have a lot of divisions in there. Oh, they are losing divisions. I'm very curious about the casualties. One thing that I didn't do, however, was checking the casualties at the beginning of this war. In any case, I think we already had like 1.5 million. So probably even more. But we will check. And the Soviet Union is at 5 million casualties now. Let's see how it goes at the end of this war. Okay, so these guys are still training, but I think we can actually use them for a push down here. We're struggling here in the mountains. They must have a lot of divisions in there. Ooh, encirclement done though, and a lot of divisions in here too. Okay, just go then. All of you. Go there. Look at how good I am at micromanaging my divisions. Yeah, I don't care. Just go there and destroy them. Okay, I'm very happy with what we achieved here, but it's now time to take down Poland and possibly get another encirclement here. Sadly, there are no longer Argentinians there. I don't know what happened to them, but probably nothing good. Wow, this will be a massacre for them. Also, the amount of divisions the Soviet Union lost in this push is quite insane. Like, I think they lost most of their divisions in here. Okay, we got the planning. Let's go. Wow. Struggling again. And probably we don't have the air superiority there yet. Okay, we're getting it done in Poland too in the end. Very curious to know how many divisions they have in here. They must be a lot of divisions in here. Also, at this point, guys, these people, yeah, I don't want them anymore. Away. Clean up, clean up. Too many divisions. Okay, what do we do with these guys here? I think we go for this area, which is mostly Ukraine. So let's get something like this done. Well, we absolutely destroy Poland. It looks quite easy if you look at it in this way, but trust me, if you did not manage the front in that way and get these tanks fully ready before the push, this wouldn't be as easy. Okay, Poland is down. Okay. Okay, here we go for a broad frontline push. I would like to start both pushes at the same time, but here we still have some training to do. I have the feeling that our Dutch East Indies are kicking some asses. Nice, nice boys. That's actually Brazil in there. Good job, good job. We still have a lot of divisions. But you can see how the pushes are getting easier and easier. Another nice push done. Yeah, we're starting to struggle a bit with supplies in these areas because they're not as well developed. But yeah, 97% is totally fine. Let's go. Not sure if we can take Leningrad already. They may have more divisions there. Oh, very happy to see this, so we can start the southern push as well. Oh, this looks like it's going very smoothly. Pronto. Well, our divisions will take some time to get in position, but that's okay. Pronto, signore. Avanzate. Ooh, a lot of divisions in here. I like this. What are we doing here, boys? Looking at this place? I think the time of the Soviet Union is coming quite quickly, actually. So, of course, here we go for a nice push, another broad frontline push, because I don't have many divisions. So, overall, my strategy, you may have seen it here, is if you want to micromanage everything one by one, great, go on and do that. But if you don't want to, you should try to get some big encirclements at first, destroy most of their divisions, and then you can just go for a broad frontline push. You know, just conquer the victory points more quickly. In this case, we're going to do something like this, I think. And that's fine. Pronto. With these guys, we're going to plan the offensive for Stalingrad, which likely will end the war. But we also need to rearrange the other ones. Before we stop here, I want to take this stuff though. I would also like to take Kharkov, especially since no one is defending it. Can we kill these guys? What's the problem? We cannot kill these guys are very strong. Wow. And I think we're ready for both pushes. This may actually end the war. Let's see. Big pushes on both fronts. Soviet Union is in trouble indeed, but they will need to lose Moscow and Stalingrad for the war to end. Does look like something which is going to happen quite soon. Also, we want to finish this war soon because it's November. Being in the Soviet Union in winter is not great. Okay, Stalingrad is down. And they are already struggling. I think Moscow will end the war. Yeah, I don't care. Ooh, Moscow is down, but we lost Stalingrad. Why did we lose Stalingrad, boys? Okay, let's take Stalingrad back. Okay, we got Stalingrad back. That's not enough. We need something else. Okay. Let's take this stuff here. For sure, this would end the war. That should be it. But let's check. Yeah, that's it. Okay, boys, it's done. And actually, with only 1.8 million casualties, the Soviet Union has 12 million. So this was quite challenging and quite fun. And I think this may be a new series. This may be fun as a new series. Disaster saves. Although in this case, being the Roman Empire, it was still fairly easy to make it work with a good strategy. I actually invite you to try it. The save is in the description of the video, so give it a try and tell me how it goes. Now, what do we do here? I think we finished the war at this point, officially. And then we call this an episode. So let's go on and finish the war officially. The Soviet Union is defeated. The game is stuck forever. Nice. Oh, and in the end we actually take 100%. That's pretty cool. That's it. So we control almost all of the world, especially we saved Rome. Sadly, we are no longer the Roman Empire, but I don't think there was any way of saving Rome as the Roman Empire. We are still called Imperium Romanum, at least our faction is. Guys, I would say that's all for this video. Again, let me know how it goes if you try it yourself. And you can share the screenshots of your results at the end of the run. Maybe you will be able to do it better than me, or probably faster than me, because this strategy was not particularly fast. We took our time to get ready and then destroy the Soviet Union. However, once we started the war, I must say it was a pretty fast war. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know in the comments, because this may be again a new series of episodes about disaster saves. So if you like the content, make sure to let me know, so I will make more videos like these. So like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.